What's up, guys? Urameshi here. We're going to be doing another episode of VRchat Paranormal Stories, where we go asking people on VRchat from all around the world if they've ever experienced anything paranormal. Tonight we have a bunch of crazy stories from ghosts, sleep paralysis, aliens. It's going to be a bunch of fun. Hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks. Let's get into it. You don't
The
have to
best
fear
I've
me.
got is that I actually worked at a haunted Toys R Us for like 5 years.
Dude, get out of here. That sounds like the most incredible story I've heard all night.
It was one of our ex-employees who passed away in a car accident on their way home from work, and yeah, we would actually get reports of people thanking her for helping them, even though she wasn't there for
You're
several years.
lying.
And no, I'm actually not. So we actually had things thrown at our assembly guy in the back. I had several things disappear on me. And yeah, like we would have really weird reports of a blonde-haired employee, which was her, that we didn't have anyone who matched that description at the time. It was crazy.
That's
It's really
insane.
crazy.
Even
Yeah,
in
that's
the
all I got.
afterlife, she wants to help people out.
And mess with our assembly people because they were terrible at their jobs.
Did she?
Yeah.
That's
That's
awesome.
funny.
Man,
No,
R.I.P.
her
to
name
your
was Jenny.
friend, Jenny. She sounds like she had a strong presence. And R.I.P. Toys R Us, man, because that was my childhood.
Yeah, I worked there for a long time.
There's a very specific name for someone that does this.
Thanks for sharing, though, Ivan. Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, my friend's house is haunted.
Awesome.
Let
me hear it.
You hear footsteps and everything.
So take me through some of your experiences.
Well, whenever like at night when everyone's asleep and like you manage to wait, up there in the middle of the night, like you'll literally hear them walking down the stairs, walking across the floor. You'll see the floor go down, and we call the ghost Andy.
Wow. So you'll see, like, I'm
Yeah.
guessing.
At first,
When you said you'll see the floor go down, I'm guessing they have like hardwood floors that you can.
no, it's a carpet. You'll see actually like the shape of a footprint, like kind of pushed down on it.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's not mean or anything. He's friendly, but sometimes he'll just be too noisy, and we have to, stop it, Andy. Because like when he's messing with pans, you'll yell, "Stop it, Andy!" They'll just stop.
That's strange.
As a kid living in my old home, I'd see a man in a trench coat in the dark corner of my kitchen.
Really.
Yeah, it was really something else.
Now, would you see him as like a shadow, or did you see full on 3D?
Like a shadow.
And did you ever have like sleep paralysis or anything like that?
No, I never had any problem sleeping or seeing any demons while
And
just
it was,
laying there.
it was only this specific house?
Yes. And across the street from that, when I moved, when I was younger, I was going to bed and I ended up seeing a dog we got later on in the future fall from the ceiling.
What?
Yeah.
Were there any events leading
And
up to
then-
this?
No, it was just completely random. And then after that, I started having nightmares of hands coming from the ceiling, grabbing me and my family. And then my father fighting some like demon in his room because a portal opened up. And he started fighting it, I guess.
Yo. That's insane.
Yeah. And my last demon dream I ever had was I was walking into this kitchen and all of a sudden the hallway extended and then the oven popped open, the door of the oven opened, and a demon came out holding a baby, and I told it to fuck off, and after that I stopped having nightmares of demons and whatnot.
Nice. Put him in its place.
I sure did.
There you go.
After that I don't have any more nightmares or see any more ghosts.
That's wild, man. Thanks for sharing.
One, it wasn't like me, it was my family member.
Okay.
Them and their sister were like, they both had this experience, whatever, when they were kids. And then recently, they were thinking back on it, and they're like, one of them said to the other person, "You remember this specific time at this house or whatever?" Because it was this farmhouse, and they're like, "I remember that," because at the same time they had like a similar dream where basically they both pictured this person in this same spot in the house or whatever in dreams at 2 different times.
Huh.
You know, kind of like weird. They thought, okay, odd. They didn't mention it. Years later, they're like, yeah, so you remember this house? I once had this dream or whatever of this person in the house. And then my family member was like, "You're joking right now, right?" Basically, I don't know the full details, but they both had the same exact like dream thing of this person in the house, and they didn't know the person, and around the same time.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the only one I can think of.
At one point, I walked out of my room around 12 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep in mind, my house is more of like very simple. I put away all my dishes before I went to bed. I see all my dishes back on the counter, and I knew I did them. And then when I got up the next time, I saw that all of my cabinets were open.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that happened at that house?
More of like weird walking noises, but that's about it.
Next, or you lived in
I lived
Mexico,
in Mexico. That's where I'm from.
next to a
Yeah.
burial ground.
Oh, my house is on a burial ground down there. Like my mom actually found my actual family's house, right?
Okay.
Not like my mom's that, but like my grandpa and all that shit.
That sounds like the
And
beginning of every horror
there-
movie.
I'm God, no, I'm serious. Like that ass. Like there's hella tarantulas for some reason. I don't know why. And at night, you can always like, either you always hear some shit happening, or you see shit moving.
Really? Elaborate for me.
Yeah, it happens.
What's up?
For example, so in the kitchen, it sounds like they're breaking dishes. It sounds like they're literally breaking everything in the kitchen.
Get out of
Or
here.
if you're sleeping, it sounds like somebody's hitting your window.
Really?
Dead ass. On God, on everything I love. There's people that hear shit flying, like big ass birds and shit, but I don't know. Like people just hear a lot of shit out there.
Did you ever get
Crazy.
did you ever have like objects moved in the house? Something like that?
I saw fingers underneath my door once, like old ass white fingers, like wet. You know, whenever you get like you put your hands in like water for a long time, they get all like fucking weird.
Yeah, pruned.
I saw wet old ass lady fingers, like huge old ass lady fingers. That's the
Nah.
weirdest shit I saw.
The fuck is he talking about?
Dude,
Actually,
I have a UFO
there
story.
is kind
Oh,
of.
there is?
Laying down in bed and then hearing
Yeah.
whispering around me and then hearing my name out loud all of a sudden. Does that count?
Yeah,
That's kind of creepy.
that definitely counts.
What kind
can
of
I
mushrooms
mean,
were you,
I don't know.
were you
It could be
taking
me
that
just
night?
being schizophrenic or something. Who
Well,
knows?
hold on.
There is.
Take me.
There's one thing.
All right,
There's
you
like
first.
one little thing that happened kind of recently, actually. I was staying at my dad's for a while, and I was just outside. I was smoking. It may be because I was smoking a little bit, but regardless, I was sitting out on the front porch smoking a little bit, and then I put it out and just sat there for a little on my phone. I wanted to go over to the shed in my dad's backyard to pick up something, and then the automatic lights come on when when it text motion and shit. And I swear to God, just whatever it was a shadow or a cloud or something that just went right through the light. Immediately turned around and went back inside because I didn't want to figure out whatever the fuck that was.
Wow, that's creepy.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that shit move, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go.
That's pretty fucking strange.
Yeah.
So I got a UFO story if you're interested in that.
Yeah.
It's nothing
Absolutely.
super crazy. It's nothing
Walk me
super
through it.
crazy.
Walk me
Alright,
through the
so-
experience.
So alright, so me and my buddy, alright, we had a friend who had a ranch that's like not too far from where I live. It takes like, I don't know, 30 minutes to get there. Well, we would usually go out there on the weekends, go camping for the weekend, get drunk, smoke or whatever. Well, this night it was just me and him. We're going out
That
there.
sounds
We're
like a
just
fun
chilling by
time,
the
dude.
camp. It usually was, yeah. We're sitting there just chilling by the campfire that we made in a fucking dumpster. Yeah. And I was just chilling. I was staring up at the night sky, stargazing and shit. And all of a sudden, I just see, what I thought is a satellite. It's just going across the sky real slow. And I'm thinking, oh, that's just a satellite. I just keep an eye on it. And all of a sudden, the weirdest shit, it just started going zigzagging.
Really?
Like that. And I was like, well, yeah, I didn't really understand, like, what the fuck was going on. But I fucking started punching the shit out of my buddy. Like, I probably left a bruise or two. It was my first UFO experience. It's just here, bro, look at this. Bro, look at this.
Yo.
So I fucking look it up, and I tell him to look up at it. He's like, you see it? He's like, I just see a satellite. It's moving, because it started moving straight again. And I was like, no, just look at it. And as soon as he's ready to turn away, because it's been like a minute just staring at it, it immediately starts doing the zigzagging shit again. He gets up, and he's just like, what the hell? I had a witness, so that's how I know I was not crazy.
Damn.
And then after that, it just went straight and straight and straight, and then disappeared after a certain point. And yeah, I don't know. That was.
Did it look?
That was
So it
strange.
looked like a.
just another.
So it looked like a
It
star.
looked like a satellite. Yeah, when you see a satellite, it's just like looks like a little star, but
Right.
it slowly
So-
moves across the sky.
Can I actually? Was it like a red tint?
No, it was like white or blue.
Okay.
It just looked like a normal star.
Interesting.
Kind of like a satellite. So I don't know. I mean, as high up as it was,
how
and you can
recent
see it
was it?
zigzag a decent.
Satellites
oh, this has
don't
been years
move
ago.
like that.
No, but I mean, like,
Yeah,
you
no,
can
they sure
tell,
shit
like,
don't.
that was a big distance that it traveled side to side with the zigzagging from something so small. At least what it looked like was small,
Huh. That's crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
And I
Thanks
had a
for sharing.
sleep paralysis story, but that was just straight sleep paralysis. No paranormal on that.
I have
That's cool.
probably I have probably like a dozen sleep paralysis stories on my channel already. I love them. Everybody loves them, so I definitely want to hear them. Everybody loves them
Okay.
except for the one that's experienced them most of the time. Sometimes they like them too.
So, okay. As far as my sleep paralysis story went, that was my first and only time I've ever experienced it. And it was the trippiest thing ever. And I knew what it was, so I didn't get freaked out, right?
Mhm.
So, I'm laying there in bed, and I wake up, and I can't move, right? I'm looking around, I can't fucking move or anything. My door's wide open, and the hall light is on. I just see, like, this figure, right? It looked like, I don't know, a good way to, kind of like the girl from The Grudge, right? That's what it reminded me of. Not exactly, but that's like the best way I can describe it. And I just see her standing in the doorway, and I'm sitting there staring at her, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And as she's walking up, she goes to the foot of my bed and just kind of dips down. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, wait a minute. I gotta be in like sleep paralysis right now or something, because I can't move or anything like that. So I'm not freaking out. But then all of a sudden, she just comes up on the side of my bed and stares at me right in my fucking eyes. And I stared
Nah.
right back at her. And it was a fucking good fucking minute. She didn't get on top of me. I didn't have a hard time breathing or anything like that. But it was like just staring at each other for like a good minute before I fucking got up and was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, bro, my adrenaline was pumping, everything was crazy, and you know what? As weird it is to say it, is like I kind of
Hell
enjoyed
no,
it because
dude.
I like that
What?
horror creepy shit. Yeah, I know it's weird. I fucking felt like I lived in a fucking horror movie for a second there.
You're a different type of person, my friend.
He
Dude,
went
I love that
completely
shit. I love
third
that
person.
Paranormal scary
He was
shit.
like, all right, we're just gonna ride this out and see where this goes. That's awesome.
And pretty
Honestly,
much.
that's what it's-
Story.
Sweet.
I was like 10 years old.
Okay.
I was like 10 years, yeah, 10 years old, laying in my bed. And I remember seeing the clock. It was like 4 a.m. Hold on, I'm telling a story. It was like 4 a.m., right?
Right.
I hear a little like tapping on my window, right? And I turn around and I see just like a really like, if someone's sitting at your window, right, at 4 a.m., you'd kind of see their face, but it was just completely black, right? And I heard like whispering, like, come outside, come play with me and shit like that, right?
Huh.
And I looked at it. I thought it was one of my friends right? So I looked at it. I was like, I am too tired. It's 4 a.m. And I just turned over so I couldn't see it and went straight back to sleep. I saw weird shit like that all the time when I was little. Like just shadow people standing everywhere.
Really?
Okay, okay. Let's see. One time, there was when I had a telescope thing, and I looked into a mirror with it, and I saw like the most terrifying face you'd ever seen in it. And when I looked again, it was gone. Like it wasn't my reflection. It was disgusting looking. Like it didn't have lips, and its eyes were like gone.
It had skin?
Like it had skin, but its lips were gone, and its eyes looked like they were like crushed inwards or something.
Like a mummy?
Like kind of like a mummy.
Huh.
That was freaky.
And you weren't on.
And one time I saw the Hatman.
You weren't on any type of like.
Oh, I was like. I was 12. I hope I wasn't on anything.
You were 12. Well. Wow.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
What did
and
you
then
say?
the Hatman kept showing up. The Hatman. He showed up. He had a cane and a hat, and like I saw him in the hallway, and like he was blocking the light.
Is that the?
Like,
is that the one that people see?
The shadow was casting a shadow.
It's only a shadow. Like people always see his shadow. Is that the thing?
Yep.
I'm not too familiar with that one, surprisingly.
Oh yeah, he's him and like the hag, which is one that sits on your chest and makes it hard to breathe. Are like the most common ones people see of the shadow people.
Huh. And do you have sleep paralysis or anything like that?
Yeah, I never had it before. I was able to move, like, I would cover my face and take it down and it would still be there, kind of swaying but not really moving too much.
And there was no explanation for it, like that shadow would never be there?
Like the hallway light was on, the shadow, there's no way anything in my room could cast a shadow, and nothing in the hallway because the hallways, it was empty.
Hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was a great night, great stories. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.